Welcome to Whiskey's a Journey. My name is Peter Fasciano. Today's Friday, or at least at the time that I'm shooting this, is a Friday video, which is going to be a Battle of the Bottles episode. If you are new here and you're not familiar with this segment that I do on Fridays, I have a bunch of samples that I put together and put them into a blind sample pool. I randomly selected these two, poured them in the glasses. I'm going to taste them. I'm going to smell them first, taste them, and kind of tell you what I think of them and which one I like the most. When I put these samples together, there's a reason why I put them together, whether it's price, availability, allocated, not allocated, expensive, less expensive. I don't know exactly what these two samples are, but I do have them labeled on the bottom so I can kind of have an idea of what they are at the end. Just to let you know, I am shooting this video on my birthday, June 12th. I just turned 54 years of age today, and I needed to get this one shot because I am heading over to Temecula either on Thursday or Friday for my second KCBS barbecue event. This one's in, I think it's called the Ignite Festival. My brother-in-law and I are heading over there, and we're cooking 4 meats: ribs, chicken, pork, and brisket. And my house right now is full of a brisket smell. I'm doing my one last test cook before we head over there. So let's get on to this. I'm gonna start with the glass on my right, smell it, taste it, and then move on to the next glass. Let you guys know what I think. That's funky. It smells very weird, much different than most bourbons, whiskeys, ryes, Irish, whatever it is that's in this glass. It smells funky. Well, it smells good, but it smells really weird. All right, it has a crisp apple or pear note to it. There's a lot of ABV coming out of the glass, or at least that nosing kind of stung the nose hairs a little bit. All right, it's very fruity. It has a little bit of herbal notes to it as well. Pine and dill, which makes me think that pine and dill, that always makes me think of a rye. A little bit of a melon note is coming out of there as well. Seems to be pretty light. Let's go ahead and get it on the palate. Whoa, whoa. Give me a second. I was not expecting that. There's a bunch of sweet fruit notes coming through here. You name it. Peach, apple, pear, melon. There's a sugary hard candy note that's coming through as well. Pretty high in the ABV, warming up the chest quite a bit. And man, this is saturating every part of my mouth. Very viscous. I like it. It's delicious. Let's go ahead and get a rinse of water and move on to glass number 2. I'm gonna tell you what, that is really fruity and pretty high proof. All right, glass number 2. Tell you what, that's a little bit funky too. I'm just gonna say it right now. I think these are coming across as a rye type, either a high rye bourbon or just a straight rye. They both have a little bit of a pine dill, well, not necessarily dill in this one, but a little bit of a piney note. This one comes across as a little bit spearminty or peppermint or mint. And there's a red fruit note that's coming out of here. Doesn't smell as proofy as glass 1. And man, look at how rich that looks. Burgundy, reddish amber. That has an amazing color. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but these are drastically different. I wonder if this is, if it's a rye, I wonder if this is a finished rye or a double oak, because that is incredibly amber dark. All right, let's go ahead and get that smells red fruit. Maybe like a red berry medley. I wouldn't just say raspberry or cherry. Any kind of red fruit, red berry can be thrown into the mix here. All right, let's get this thing on the palate. Well, not as proofy as this, not as explosive with the flavors. This is all about in your face. This is a little bit more subdued. The flavors that are there are pretty rich, but not nearly as, like if there was a voice coming out of these, this would be screaming and this would almost be a whisper. I like them both, but for different reasons. All right, those are my initial thoughts. What I'm going to end up doing here is just speeding this part up. I'm going to spend a little bit more time with these, going back and forth the other direction, rinsing, gathering my thoughts, and then when I come back, I will let you know which one I like, reveal what we have, and kind of give you an idea of why I put these in here. All right, I'll be right back. All right, after 2 sips, this is a no-brainer. Glass number 1, the one on my right, has far more depth and development to the nose and on the palate. Pretty high fruit content. It's sugary, it's proofy, it's all over the place on the nose and on the palate. It saturates, it envelops everything. It goes through this sugary, sweet, complex, depth, syrupy journey as it's going from the arrival to the mid palate to the finish. And that ABV causes it to stick around quite a bit. Glass number 2 on my left is good, but compared to this, it's basic. The notes that are coming out of here are good. It's just dominated by glass number 1. Let me try to get another sip here. Lower ABV, less complex, finishes shorter than the first one. Even though the red berry fruit notes are there and it's good, I think the thing this has going for it, it's well balanced with a little bit of spice and the sweet notes. There is a tiny amount of spice here, but this is dominated with nothing but a blast of fruit, almost to the point where you throw any kind of fruit together in a bowl, like a fruit bowl or a fruit cocktail. That's what I'm getting from this. And now that it's getting hot in Arizona, this is exactly a pour that I would go to drink if I'm drinking whiskey during the summer. It's crisp, it's refreshing, it's vibrant, it's fruity with a very small touch of spice. If I did have to put a negative aspect on this, it could probably use a slight more spice to balance that sweet out because it is fruity and sugary sweet. All right, clear winner, glass number 1. Let's go ahead and figure out what these are. I think this is high proof. I think they're both rye, and I have no clue what they could possibly be. I think this one might be finished. I don't know if this one is or not. I'm just saying it's finished just because of the color. So let's go ahead and reveal what my last place glass is today. Midwinter Night's Dram. All right, I only have one Midwinter's Night Dram. So let me go ahead and grab the bottle. And I think this is the Seagrass. I think I know, or when I put this matchup together, this is Barrell Seagrass. Let me get these bottles. This is absolutely a crazy tasting pour. If you have not had Barrell Seagrass, I think this is going to be a pour that you're going to want to try at some point, whether it be in a bar or if you're at somebody's house that has this. I think you need to try it. It's very unique, much different than most ryes that I've ever had before in my life. It's very interesting. But compared to this one, it takes a backseat. This takes a backseat to this every day. All right, let me grab the bottle and think a little bit as to why I actually put this thing into the sample pool. All right, so the Seagrass is over there, and the Midwinter Night's Dram was over here. The price on this was $150, and the price on this was $84.49. I think I put these in here because they were both finished ryes. This is insane. This one is finished in Martinique rum, Madeira, and apricot brandy barrels, and it's 60.1, 120.2 proof. That just lit me up. And the Midwinter Night's Dram, this is Act 11, Scene 9. This is finished in port barrels. Okay, so that's kind of what I maybe picked up on here a little bit. The port barrels came across as that red berry note, and this was just all over the place. This is a crazy, crazy pour. Let me know in the comments down below if you have had either one of these. If by chance you did put these into a blind, how did they fare? And if you stayed around this far, I just need to let you know I have a May and June giveaway going on. The rules for this giveaway are in the description below. If you are interested in supporting the channel, I highly encourage you to read those rules. And if you're interested in donating or wanting a May giveaway, donate to a May giveaway video. And if you're interested in a June giveaway, donate to the June videos. That way I can keep them separate on what you're actually going for. That's all I have for you today. Wish me luck in the comments down below for the KCBS barbecue event, the Ignite Festival over in Temecula. Once I figure out the results, I'll go ahead and post into my community tab to let everybody know how it went, get some pictures in there as well. So wherever you are at in your journey, I hope you are enjoying it, because I certainly am. Talk to you later. Cheers.